secrets of our hearts, shall not thy merciful ears to our prayer, but spare us. Lord most holy, O God most mighty, suffer us not at our last hour, or any pains of death, to fall from thee.
You all right now, Miss Grace?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, Grace, I think we should be going.
If you don't mind, Naomi, Tom will drive me home.
Of course, dear. Go right along.
Love, exciting and new. Come aboard, we're expecting you. And love, life's sweetest reward. Let it flow, it floats back to you. Is something for everyone. Set a course for adventure, you're mine.
Jenny? Oh, my dear old friend.
Jennifer Langley.
Oh, how are you?
You get younger and more beautiful every time I see you. What's your secret?
Vitamin E, hard work, and hope. Oh. Stan Ellis, it can't be.
Jenny.
It is you, oh, Stan, after all these years, oh.
Forgive me for not getting up. I'm surprised you recognize me like this.
Merrill, I'd like you to meet, well, he used to be Lieutenant Stan Ellis. Stan, this is Merrill Stubing.
Lieutenant Ellis?
Mr. Ellis for many years now. How do you do, Captain? Well, I'm afraid I won't be able to do much socializing, Jenny. I have a lot of reading to catch up on. Excuse me, Captain.
Captain, did we just hit an iceberg?
It did get a bit chilly there.
You know, he used to be one of the warmest, loving men. I wonder what happened.
Cannon, a Quinn Martin production, starring William Conrad.
Terry left 3 years ago in the clothes he was wearing with his camera equipment.
Where are they?
I don't know, and I don't care. Now look, my son is dead.
Apparently the photos are at Thelma Kane's home.
Work her over. She'll break.
I'm sorry, Miss Kane, but homicide's ordered me off the case.
take your money and go.
With guest stars Joan Fontaine and, in alphabetical order, tonight's episode, The Star.
You're late, Mr. Cannon. Miss Kane has been waiting.
Good morning, Mr. Cannon. I'm Thelma Kane.
Yes, I know. And I'm what is known as a permanent fan.
With a long memory, but thanks. And this is David Farnham, my husband.
How are you, sir?
It's a pleasure, Mr. Cannon. We hope you can help us.
Well, I'll certainly try. How long has your son been missing?
4 days.
And the police?
They've been polite and infuriating, the usual routine, by the book. They've been trying to tell me that Terry's been on some sort of drug trip.
Well, he has been known to have an occasional
That was
fling.
3 years ago.
Yes, but you haven't seen him in 3 years.
He's my son. I bore him. I raised him. I know him. Terry telephoned me from Long Beach when he arrived. And he was frightened. Someone was following him.
Well, let's backtrack for a moment. Where's he been for the last 3 years?
Traveling abroad. We haven't kept in touch.
Thelma, tell Mr. Cannon the whole thing. Terry resented me bitterly. He thought I married Thelma because she was rich.
Did you?
That's a hell of a question.
Well, granted, but I have to ask impolite questions sometimes. When somebody's missing, the question isn't only where, but why.
Answer him, David.
I used to be an actor. An unsuccessful actor. Thelma Kane, a star. Top of the Golden Mountain. And rich. But look at her. The most woman I've ever known. And that's who I fell in love with, and that's who I married.
Terry was brought up in an unromantic age, Mr. Cannon. He just couldn't accept us.
No, we had fights about it. And 3 years ago, he walked out, went on the bum. And that's the last we heard until he called.
Terry's my only child, Mr. Cannon. And I'm worried sick about him. When he called, I told him to take a taxi in from Long Beach, but he'd already got his bus ticket. He has pride. He didn't even want to come home to live here. The mausoleum, he used to call it. I became a star in the 40s, Mr. Cannon. I was 16, and Lord, was it marvelous. A gorgeous, golden world, and it was all mine. You know I'm rich, Mr. Cannon. I saved my money, I've invested my money, and then, well...
Exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you and love. Life's sweetest reward. Let it flow. It floats back to you. Soon we'll be making another run. The Love Boat promises something for everyone. Set a course for adventure, you're mine.
Jenny?
Oh, my dear old friend.
Jennifer Langley.
How are you?
You get younger and more beautiful every time I see you. What's your secret?
Vitamin E, hard work, and hope. Oh. Stan Ellis, it can't be.
Jenny.
It is you, oh, Stan, after all these years, oh.
Forgive me for not getting up. I'm surprised you recognize me like this.
Merrill, I'd like you to meet, well, he used to be Lieutenant Stan Ellis. Stan, this is Merrill Stubing.
Lieutenant Ellis?
Mr. Ellis for many years now. How do you do, Captain? Well, I'm afraid I won't be able to do much socializing, Jenny. I have a lot of reading to catch up on. Excuse me, Captain.
Captain, did we just hit an iceberg?
It did get a bit chilly there.
You know, you used to be one of the warmest, loving men. I wonder what happened.
1 week from tonight.
He has some very interesting stories to tell.
A family secret.
For once and for all, we are not going public.
Leads to murder and mystery.
Don't you think we're already honoring enough spirits in this house?
I wouldn't want you to become like the others.
You don't like her, do you?
That's what being a member of the Drake family is all about, isn't it?
The lives of those who live in dark mansions.
I most certainly understand your problem, Mr. Burnham. You don't have to be embarrassed with me.
Well, I just meant that you're very gracious to see me, and as soon as your son and Hillary return from the polo match...
There you go again. Oh, you don't have to be bashful with me. I find you a very charming young man, of the sort one seldom encounters with Philip's friends, but then, of course, you're not a friend of his, are you?
No, I'm not.
No, well, neither am I. I hope you won't find that I'm an old dragon, Mr. Burnham. But I've spoken my mind straight out ever since I was born, and I see no reason to change my ways at this late date. Oh, you know, Philip went awry a long time ago. Oh, it's probably my fault. One tends to spoil an only child, and then after his father died, of course, well, enough of that nonsense. Tell me about yourself. Tell me precisely what made you marry that dreadful young lady that's been my house guest for that past summer,
Well, really, Mrs. Markham, Hillary's a little wild.
Wild? Oh, that creature's fangs would unnerve a cobra. Well, still, I must admit that she's the first woman that Philip stayed with for any length of time. He's so fickle, well... At least they must have something in common. Now, pick that one. That is an Alexandra Rose. It was named after my grandmother by a spitting English lord who raised them as passionately as I do now. My, it's certainly hot for August, isn't it? Let's go into the house and wait for my guests, shall we? My cook makes an extraordinary lemonade. And I think that rose would be more comfortable in your lapel than in your fist.
Come on, you guys. Come on, Slowpoke. We're going to tell the Duchess.
All right, let's go.
Why so surprised?
Surprise? It's more like a reoccurring nightmare.
Oh, no, darling. This is only Mr. Burnham, your little playmate's husband. He's come all this way to take her home, where, unfortunately for Mr. Burnham, she belongs.
Mother, I think that's a bit too much.
No, dear, this is my house. And this lady is too much. Now, be a good boy and go in the house and make yourself presentable.
As always, Mother, I am your obedient son. Sorry, darling.
Boola, boola!
My congratulations to you all. And refreshments are waiting.